Watch out, everyone! This is your warning. Uncle KC is giving you plenty of time to prepare because Angel Reese is about to explode!
Here we go again. Angel Reese is throwing a full-blown tantrum over one bad call, acting like she's just discovered injustice exists in the WNBA. She storms into a post-game presser, rants about how a ref told her, "It's not my job," and then declares she doesn't care if she gets fined. Suddenly, we're all supposed to rally behind her like she's leading a civil rights movement for missed free throws. But where was all this righteous energy when Caitlin Clark was getting physically targeted for weeks, shoved, hacked, and body-checked into the hardwood every night without so much as a whistle? Clark has taken beatings that would make NFL players flinch, missed games due to injuries from uncalled fouls, and somehow never made it a social media spectacle. Meanwhile, when Reese gets touched twice on a drive, she acts like it's the Hunger Games. Sure, Chicago only shot 8 free throws to Minnesota's 17, but Caitlin Clark was getting clotheslined by half the league while Angel stood silent. And yet now, after one rough game, Reese is on a full-blown sympathy tour. She calls officiating diabolical, blasts the WNBA for not doing enough, and makes it sound like she's the first player to ever be fouled. Meanwhile, her team is 18-39 since she joined. The numbers don't lie. Reese looks great on paper, but she doesn't impact winning. And when Sydney Colson got called for a bogus foul, she challenged it, moved on, and didn't turn it into a viral sob story. But Angel? One missed call, and it's press conference fireworks. That's the problem. It's not just bad refereeing, it's the double standard. When Caitlin got targeted by the Connecticut Sun, knocked to the ground, elbowed in the head, no viral outrage. No dramatic post-game speeches. Angel didn't defend her, didn't tweet, didn't blink. But now that she's on the receiving end, suddenly the system's broken. The hypocrisy is staggering. Reese is upset about fouls now, but silent when the league's biggest draw was being literally tackled on national TV. Clark never asked for protection, but she earned it. She's elevated the entire league and took the hits without complaint. Reese, on the other hand, is discovering how it feels and calling for a revolution. If the officiating is going to be fixed, and it absolutely needs to be, then the outrage needs to be consistent. Selective silence followed by selective outrage isn't activism. It's self-interest. Where was this passion when Caitlin Clark was getting dragged to the hardwood on a nightly basis without a single whistle blown? Where was this energy when Indiana Fever's coach was catching technicals just for standing up for his injured star? Angel Reese didn't seem to give a damn then. But now, suddenly, after one game where she didn't get the whistle she wanted, we're supposed to crown her the new face of referee reform? Please. Yes, the officiating in the WNBA has been embarrassingly inconsistent, but the fact that Reese only finds her voice when she is the victim says everything. She's made her brand off drama, built a following off being that girl, and trademarked Me Bound, instead of standing for something meaningful like player safety. When Clark was taking flagrant fouls to the ribs and head, Reese was silent. No tweets, no post-game quotes, no press conferences. But the moment she doesn't get a call in the paint, it's a meltdown at the podium, fiery Instagram stories, and the classic, "I don't care if I get fined" declaration. She only cares when it's her. And that's the problem. She's benefited from suspect whistles her whole career, bulldozing defenders, flexing on fouls, and grabbing highlight rebounds off her own bricks. And now that the calls aren't falling her way, she wants to burn the whole system down? Spare us. Her coach tried to make it about free throw disparity, and yes, Chicago shot just 8 to Minnesota's 17, but that's not some conspiracy. That's a bad team struggling with shot selection, turnovers, and inefficiency. Reese herself is down in field goal percentage, up in turnovers, and has done little to translate stat stuffing into wins. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has dealt with worse, constant double teams, targeted hits, and injuries from no calls, and yet she keeps hooping, keeps breaking records, keeps elevating her teammates without ever demanding sympathy. Clark became the fastest player to reach 350 assists in league history while being mugged every game. The contrast is stark. Clark faces abuse and plays on. Reese faces one tough night and hits the panic button. When Sophie Cunningham got wrestled into a chokehold, nothing.
She moved on.
When Kennedy Carter blindsided Clark, silence from Reese. No sisterhood. No concern. And that's the truth. Angel Reese had months to be a leader. Months to advocate for better officiating across the board. She said nothing. Until it hurt her. This isn't courage. It's opportunism. And when fans, coaches, and players see that inconsistency, not just in the officiating but in who chooses to care, it undermines any real push for change. If Reese truly wanted to improve the game, she'd have spoken up when Clark was being abused for elevating the league. Instead, she waited until she missed 2 free throws. The WNBA needs better refs, no doubt, but it also needs players who can rise above personal bias and speak up before they become the victim. Leadership isn't about waiting until the spotlight finds you. It's about stepping into it when it matters. And when it mattered, Angel Reese stayed silent. Now she wants the mic?
Nah.
Too little, too late.